The story of the necklace and the shoe continues in 1950. The necklace has been sold. With the petition in her shoe, the girl and her brother have stopped at Madras, India on their way to London. But they do not know that the police is already on guard.
Chips, chow mein, something else?
Literally, it doesn't matter. Just go and get us something quick and don't get caught.
All right, please. I'll get something small.
That's her, isn't it? But look, Summit, she has the papers.
Summit, look, Summit.
Watch and learn. Ma'am, please. Maybe know where you're going?
I'm going to London to visit my family, my aunt and uncle.
Well, it looks like we'll have to conduct a random security check.
Okay, that's racist.
For security purposes and all.
Yes, may we have your papers, please?
Yeah, sure. Okay, Samara.
Apparently you don't have them.
What do you mean? You just ripped them.
It looks like we'll have to take you to jail until you get those papers.
Actual criticism. You know what? I think on second thought, I might actually have another copy. Let me just grab them for you.
Underground is an exploration of hip-hop as a voice. From its origins in hip has become a medium of expression for South Asia's youth, who use art to highlight struggles in the face of disparity, oppression, and strife from occupied societies as reality. This year, Underground honors perseverance and celebrates hip-hop and rap as an outlet for frustrations, aspirations, and dreams.
बोलेगा तो everyone. My name is Ibrahim Khan, and today I'm performing an original love poem in Urdu titled Kyun Nahi that was actually written by my mother. तुम अगर धड़कन हो तो मेरे दिल में क्यों नहीं? तू अगर वक्त हो तो मेरे पल में क्यों नहीं? मैं अगर गुलाब हूं तो तेरे बालों में क्यों नहीं? तू अगर तिल है तो मेरे गालों पर क्यों नहीं? तू अगर चांदनी है तो मेरी रातों में क्यों नहीं? मैं अगर चाशनी हूं तो तेरी बातों में क्यों नहीं? तू अगर नगमा है तो मेरे कानों में क्यों नहीं? मैं मुकद्दर तेरा हाथों की लकीरों में क्यों नहीं? तू अगर प्यार का बादल है तू बरसता क्यों नहीं? मैं अगर मोहब्बत का सागिर तू पीता क्यों नहीं? चाहता हूं तुम्हें कितना आज ये राज ज़माने को बताऊं क्यों नहीं? हर पल तेरी उरूज की दुआएं आज ज़माने को सुनाओ क्यों नहीं? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sahaj Singh, and I'm presenting an original poem today called Sukha Ab, or the Land of Dry Rivers. Dadi once told me that violence is like an eddy in a stream, peaceful waters until something far below swirls lives adrift. My grandparents were swept out of Punjab, and my parents rushed out of India, both at my age. My family's flight from homes has flowed unsteadily. Literally, the land of five rivers, Punjab is defined as the geopolitical region bound by the five Punjab river tributaries of the Indus. But here, in our scattered diaspora, those five rivers don't have to flow into India's namesake. Here, they can flow into the hearts of all those whose families were forced from the banks they wished to walk so long ago. But how can we tie ourselves to the land when even rivers move? When flooding and fertility happen at random, and after 1,000 years of failed empires and foreign conquests, our one land has been split between two countries, 3 religions, 4 languages. It's just 5 rivers. It's as if to be Punjabi is to also be a storyteller, not stories that seek to survey reality, but ones that dam up the truth. So when they're told an identity that has never been anything but brackish can be imagined as clear. So when they're heard, rivers that flow between regions and move with the seasons can be scratched into paper with ink and called ours. The idea of Punjab is arbitrary. And I think it's always been that way. 10,000 years ago, it was the land of 31 rivers when the Harappan civilization sprawled across every one of the Indus's many banks. 3,000 years ago, it was the land of 7 rivers when our holy land was called the Sapta Sindhu in the Vedas. It wasn't until Alexander's conquest that it became the Punjab, and that was because his armies rebelled after crossing the 5th river. They turned back, his cartographers erased the rest from history out of shame. But maybe the idea of modern Punjab being birthed from a quirk of military instability is fitting, because since then empires have come and gone. God-men and warriors have built temples and dynasties that ebbed and flowed with the swelling of the rivers. Punjab became the land of saints, lovers, and storytellers, and its banks became inundated with shrines and relics to those stories. Punjab was not one story, it was 1,000 half-told ones, and it was beautiful because it was diverse and arbitrary. But in our modern world, stories must be written down. You must speak the same language, worship the same God, come from the same land in order to be a nation. And Punjab, in its diverse, arbitrary, and river-stretching glory, had its shared history dry up each time Nehru, Jinnah, Churchill, Mountbatten, Thada, Indira dipped their pen into our inky black waters and drew a new line through the map. Punjab. The land of 5 rivers was split into 2 provinces of 2.5 each during partition. Dahai Ab. Language splintered what was left. Ab de Tukure. An ill-planned green revolution turned the land of 5 rivers into the land of 1,000 dried up streams, Suka'ab, the land where rivers run dry. Now all that is shared between erstwhile depleted lands that Punjab used to have is a shared history of long forgotten stories. I've written a Punjabi couplet. रांझा कन बिन के जोगी हो गया तेरे साटे नौजवान संसार तो मुंह मोड़ के चिट्टे नाल बाहा विंदे ने और सोनी दा मिट्टी दा करा दरिया विच कुल गया तेरे साडी धरती हरा दा पानी विच बह रही है किसाकार तुसी कदों सिखोगे कि तुहाडे किसियां विच प्यार इना गवाचे हुए नौजवान तो नहीं होंदा सगों प्यार तुहाडे सरोतिया दा दिलां विच है जो इना कहानियां दा ताने बाने नाल एक दूजे नाल जुड़े हुए ने Ranjha pierced his ears to turn away from the world the way our youth pierced their veins to turn away from their life. Soni's earthen pot was washed away by angry waters the way our land is depleted by flooded ones. Oh storyteller, when will you learn that the love in your love stories isn't between the lovelorn characters that you write of? The love is in the hearts of all your listeners who are no longer connected by anything more than the stories you tell. Thank you.
back to 1915, where the story had taken a tragic turn. But because of his sister's valiant distraction and the time she bought, the brother has managed to stumble upon the royal palace in Great Britain. It's the morning, and His Majesty King George V has just awoken, and a surprise awaits.
Yes, Billy.
You, get me some tea.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Get me a heaping pile of chicken tikka masala. A true British staple. Our empire's finest creation.
What's that?
My tea!
Oh, that's some good tea, man. Super refreshing.
Who in the bloody hell are you? Shoot! What in the crumpets is this?
Yeah, there's a petition in the heel or something. It was a really long journey to get here. Do you have any chicken tikka masala?
Petition piece says... Summary executions? Leaders being arrested? Oh no.
Shit! Follow! I promise, okay? तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम दीवाना.
Why is there a $300 price tag on this asset?
Okay. I'm sorry. It's not a family heirloom. But there is a pretty cool story behind
The story of the necklace and the shoe. Of the necklace. During colonial times, many women sold their family heirlooms that were of much personal value and exceedingly precious to fund freedom fighters. They knew that they would most likely never hold their heirlooms again.
As for the shoe, in 1915, a petition sewn to the heel of a shoe was carried in absolute secrecy from Sri Lanka to London. The petition changed hands to ensure safety, and the cobbler who modified the shoe hid until the petition was delivered. Given directly to the British Colonial Secretary, it exposed the brutal suppression of the 1915 Sinhala Muslim riots in Sri Lanka that was done by the colonial rule.
Summary executions were widely committed and Sinhalese leaders were arrested, some dying in prison. This came as a major shock to all of Great Britain, including King George V himself. A strict order was given to stop the inhuman treatment of the Sri Lankan people. Yet, harsh action was not taken.
But this first step resulted in a next. Instrumental to the release of the Sinhalese leaders was the mission to London of Sir Ponnambalam Ramanathan, who was a leader from the Tamil minority. After his triumphal return, the Sinhalese leaders took turns to draw the horse carriage in which Sir Ramanathan sat all the way to his house. This was the start of ethnic cooperation and a first step towards independence from the British. Unfortunately, the ethnic cooperation was not to last. But that is a tale for another time.
Known for its energy and how powerfully South Indian we wanted to involve Ghungroo, which is a traditional form of South Indian dance that is known for its fast-paced, energetic movements. We also drew on the style of Ghungroo, which is an important part of Tamil culture and continues used to be a beloved form of celebration, bonding, and self-expression. No matter borders or language barriers, it is dance that can bring us all together.
These are all ways to describe Punjab's two most popular folk dances, Bhangra and Gidda. But behind the exciting, colorful dance tradition of Punjab lies a harrowing history of violence and injustice. Despite having their lives fractured during the partition, despite the atrocities of the 1984 Sikh genocide, despite facing police brutality during the 2020 farmers' protests, the people of Punjab refused to be squandered by sorrow. Through it all, we cheerfully dance and sing to our heart's content. So as Ghungroo Punjabi executes their vigorous Bhangra kicks and leaps, we ask the audience to remember that our smiles are not just an act of pride, but of resistance.
or are you afraid of life? This poem is a reminder to not lose hope and composure, even if the world around you seems to be collapsing. So take it as a promise that at the end of the day, it will be okay. जिंदगी से डरते हो, जिंदगी तो तुम भी हो, जिंदगी तो हम भी हैं। तो क्या आदमी से डरते हो? लेकिन आदमी तो तुम भी हो, आदमी तो हम भी हैं। आदमी ज़बान भी है, आदमी बयां भी है, उससे तुम नहीं डरते हो। हर्फ व मानी के रिश्ते आया हमसे आदमी है वाबस्ता, आदमी के दामन से जिंदगी है वाबस्ता, उससे तुम नहीं डरते, अनकही से डरते हो। जब भी नहीं आई उस घड़ी से डरते हो, उस घड़ी की आमद की आगही से डरते हो। लेकिन पहले भी तो गुजरे हैं दौर नारसाई के, बेरिया खुदाई के, फिर भी ये समझते हो हेज आरज़ूमंदी, ये शब ज़बाबंदी है रहे खुदाबंदी। तुम मगर ये क्या जानो, लब अगर नहीं हिलते, हाथ जाग उठते हैं, हाथ जाग उठते हैं, राह की निशान बनकर, नूर की ज़बान बनकर, हाथ बोल उठते हैं सुबह की अज़ां बनकर। तो तुम रोशनी से डरते हो, रोशनी तो तुम भी हो, रोशनी तो हम भी हैं। देखो शहर की फसीलों पर देव का जो साया था पाक हो गया आखिर, रात का लिबादा भी चाक हो गया आखिर, खाक हो गया आखिर। अजदया में इंसान से फर्द की नवा आई, जात की सदा आई, राह शौक में जैसे राह रोक के खून लपके, नया जनून लपके। आदमी चलक उठे, आदमी हंसे, देखो शहर फिर बसे देखो। तो तुम अभी से डरते हो? हाँ, अभी तो तुम भी हो, हाँ अभी तो हम भी हैं, तुम अभी से डरते हो। थैंक यू सो मच।
Suspended in my parents' memories of the 80s, and brief visits that give me a fleeting glimpse of this place that I sometimes claim to call home. The India that I have known are things that I pick and choose myself. Bharatnatyam music, Hindustani classical, Bharatnatyam dance and Hindustani music, Dilli wali chaat and the Punjabi music that I rap and blast in the car. But I'm starting to realize that the India that I've picked and chosen doesn't mention the fascist authoritarian government that jails dissenting journalists left and right. It doesn't mention the violent occupation of Kashmir, the most militarized region in the world. It doesn't mention India's title as the biggest arms buyer of the apartheid state of Israel. It doesn't mention the political rhetoric that leads to targeted violence against Muslims, Christians, and Dalits, and others. And so I ask myself, is it wrong to celebrate cultural pride when my motherland is at the brink of genocide? It sometimes feels like we've created a culture of shame around speaking up. I stand in the middle of Harvard Yard and chant Free Palestine. I bring up causes that I care about without giving a second thought about my professor's politics. But why is it that when I stand in front of this crowd, my legs are shaking? I'm tripping over my words. I'm afraid of the aunties who will say, "Dimag kharab ho gaya iska, she's gone mad." Or my peers who will say, "Here she goes again." Why is it that when I speak to my own people, I feel like I'm doing something wrong? Why are we so silent? We're the community that'll take impassioned stances on the Golgappe versus Pani Puri debate. But when it comes to anything real, we're silent, leaving the burden of speech to fall on the most affected. Or when we try to speak up, we're told, "Tumhe kya pata? What do you know? What will you ever know about a homeland that you've never lived in?" And maybe they're right. I don't know, and there's so much that I never will. But I do know about how people from my own diaspora community fund oppressive politics back home. I know about how we recreate structures of caste inequality and religious inequality right here in the United States, and so I ask myself, is it wrong to celebrate cultural pride when there are so many issues from which we choose to hide? I don't know the answers to these questions, and I probably never will. Today, when I look at this space that we've created together, I feel so grateful and appreciative of the beauty that is our community. But I know that the complexities that we talk about The facets that we seek to explore, they're just the tip of the iceberg. And so much more lies beyond these colors and melodies. So I'll keep telling myself, I want to be able to celebrate a sense of cultural pride while constantly questioning and attempting to stand up for what's right. Thank you.
Sarah and I are the directors of Ghungroo this year.
Hold up. My name is Tulsi.
I'm Akila.
I'm Swati. And we are the Ghungroo directors of 2022.
absolute pleasure of speaking about Harney. I first met Harney over our virtual COVID year, but I really got to know the person behind that smiling face last year when Harney led skit in Ghungroo. I remember after the GTech interview, where the directors get to know each of the new members on GTech, Akila, Swati, and I were blown away by the maturity, intelligence, and optimism that Harney showed in just that 10 minutes. Last year as a sophomore, Harney stepped up in leading Ghungroo's skit, a truly unprecedented role for a sophomore, and we were absolutely floored by her impression of Ananya Bande. This year, Harney has continued to step up and step in to make sure the show carries on its legacy. Not having prior background in set and build, Harney poured her blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours in making sure that every wood panel was perfectly primed with back paint, and every color was chosen with intention. And all while doing it, she always has a smile on her face and the rare quality of making everyone feel at ease. The show is so blessed to have had someone as passionate, talented, and caring leading it forward.
So I have the absolute honor of talking about Sarah today. There are many things you probably already know about her. It's impossible to take your eyes off of her when she's dancing like in semi-classical earlier today. She's responsible for organizing all the costumes that dancers were wearing, and somehow she's still made time to do all of her readings this semester. I remember meeting Sarah virtually and thinking she was somewhat reserved as I tried to convince her to dance on Zoom. Now I know that that is not the case. Sarah will pretty much laugh at anything, at any practice. When there's a bit of silence in the audience, in a skit, let's say, I'll hear a single distinctive laugh, and it'll be Sarah's. I really admire that Sarah makes sure that others feel supported even when she's stressed. Whether that's taking spontaneous photos on her disposable camera or being GTech's loudest cheerleader in the audience, the past few months, I've seen her go above and beyond for other people. Even when she's running around with buckets of paint and hundreds of texts from people asking for things in the middle of Tech Week, she'll take the time to ask me if I've ate or if there's anything she can take off of my plate. One of those things has been asking me to finish a pre-show recording for the last month, which did not get done at Tech or Dress or one day before the show, and then was done behind the curtains tonight. So all in all, Sarah, I really admire your leadership and know that the show, including myself, could not survive without you. Thank you so much.
I am so honored today to be talking about Shraddha. It's very popular. I met Shraddha during business class in 2019 when both of us were sitting as pre-frosh in front of a slideshow munching on samosas, learning about the South Asian community at Harvard. I was astounded then, as I am today, by her knowledge of the South Asian mainland and diaspora. She is constantly speaking Hindi, learning Arabic, trying her hand at Telugu, or fangirling over Sid Sriram, or, of course, Edward Said. It comes as no surprise that she devotes so much of her time to political causes, whether it be the Palestinian Solidarity Committee, or to the South Asian Research and Advocacy Org that she co-founded this year. South Asia and the world is matched by her gift for the arts. Both when she's before the mic as a singer or in position as a dancer, she astounds us with her grace and her poise. This year, she brought both talents together by integrating classical dance and music into one singular act. And she will stay up, however late, in the round corner table of the second floor of Coco D Hall in order to make sure that the entire show is moving as beautifully as she is on stage. What I respect most about Shraddha is that she is always guided by her moral intuitions. Last year, Shraddha served on our research team where she reviewed our music choices and also implemented a cultural education program in our dances. This year, she and the co-directors held an entirely distinct art show in the fall semester in order to raise funds and awareness for the floods in Pakistan. In Shraddha's eyes, art is inherently political. And when a year from now she writes her stellar thesis on South Asian and Palestinian activism, I know that it itself will be a work of art. I'm heartened to know someone like you is moving through the world, and I'm even more fortunate to be able to call you my friend.
forgot where I left off. So this, we are so excited to welcome you all to our first all fully in-person show since 2020.
Let's go!
This is also our first fully all in-person Ghungroo, so it was definitely a learning curve. But thankfully, we had so much help along the way. It really takes a village to put together a show like this, and we want to take this time to thank said village. So starting with the staff at this beautiful theater, the Agassiz. The history of Ghungroo is inextricably tied with this theater, and its staff have been like a core of Ghungroo's success. So to Tom, thank you so much for answering frantic calls and texts, helping us with the entire build process and being so encouraging and optimistic when we needed it most. Dana, thank you. Thank you, Dana, for being so accommodating and lending a helpful hand as we navigate this fully in-person process. And John, I know a show like Ghungroo is an interesting one to take on for the first time, believe me. But we are so thankful that we got to work with you this year and excited to work with you in the future. And thank you for lending us your breadth of knowledge and helping us bring our vision to life. We also want to thank Claire, another staff person here who helps put up the back panel. Also want to thank Ravi, the tailor from Chennai. This is his 6th year making costumes for Ghungroo, and he is doing it out of the goodness of his heart, and you are going to get to see those beautiful senior costumes very, very soon. Finally, on a personal note, I also want to thank the security guards at the theater for telling us to go home and get some rest when it got way too late in the theater. Finally, on a personal note, I want to thank my family who's here. And I want to thank them for being the best listeners when I needed it most. Thanks to all my friends for keeping me laughing. And of course, thank you to Shraddha and Sarah for being the best co-directors and best friends in the moments that we shared that no one knows that went on behind the scenes. Thank you for sharing those with me, all the difficulties, the laughter, the tears, lots and lots of laughter. I'm so happy I got to do this with you guys, and I just love you guys so much.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to see you all here today. Ghungroo is so much more than these 4 shows. It's about bringing the community together to celebrate and share our culture, and we admire everyone who contributed to this massive production. Thank you first and foremost to Harani and Shraddha, my co-directors, and people I could genuinely call my sisters. Shruti and Ali, thank you so much for your patience and your help during this journey, and for filling in our gaps. Thank you to Dulcie, Akila, and Swati for constantly being so supportive and guiding us when we frankly just didn't know what we were doing. We admire you all so much. Siona and Barsh, thank you for being there for us and answering any questions that we have. Thank you, Professor Ali Asani, for meeting with us to brainstorm for Ghungroo, and Professor Snehana Meyer for talking with us during our Ghungroo chats. Thank you, Farba, Arjun, Ryan, Tanya, and Anaga for laying down the foundation for Ghungroos that we know today. Thank you especially, Ryan, for consistently guiding us, even if it's over Zoom and Messenger, and for giving me the code to log into emails. Thank you, Sekou, for being so selfless, for holding so much institutional knowledge, and for blasting 21 Savage and drinking the Ag. Thank you, Samhit, for adding me to Browntown and the Dharma group chats. Because of you, I met Akila, and because of you, I got more involved in Ghungroo. Thank you, Ibrahim and Afia, for listening to me even when I don't make sense. Thank you to Strawberry for always being so considerate, Sakshi for being so understanding, and all my friends. Thank you, Krisha and Kirti, for helping me get into my Langa. Thank you, Smriti, Dhriti, and Ashley for choreographing the best semi-classical that Ghungroo has ever seen in the 35 years of history. Thank you, Mom, for coming to Cambridge despite the many flight cancellations, and for always telling me how proud you are of me. And thank you all for being here.
We also want to take the time to thank the support and involvement of various South Asian organizations at Harvard. Thank you to the South Asian Association for all the hard work that went into ticketing and logistics for this year's show, and for the freshman representatives for bringing so much energy and positivity and dedication. Thank you to members of Hansa, the Nepali student organization, for the beautiful Nepali dance and music acts, as well as the impromptu paint night that made our back panel come to life. Thank you to members of Basha, the Bengali Students Organization, for the extremely hype Bangla urban senior dance that you guys will see very soon, as well as the beautiful Bengali medley and spoken word pieces. Thank you to the Pakistani Students Association for helping build the Ghungroo community, from co-facilitating Sur Sagar, the Ghungroo PSA Fall Showcase for Pakistan Flood Relief, as well as for constantly providing input and guidance on how we can make this community a more welcoming space. As Ghungroo reaches its 35th year, we want to acknowledge the ways in which our community and its dynamics have shifted over the decades, and the constant challenge of creating a space that truly reflects the interests of Harvard's South Asian community, even if that means embracing change. We're so grateful for the compassion and graciousness we've received, and hope that with each year, Ghungroo can keep working towards the ideal of a pan-South Asian space that grows with the people in it. On a personal note, I want to thank my family for being voices of reason and for constantly supporting me. They're here today, and not to embarrass my dad, but it's his 50th birthday, so friends, specifically Asmar, my brother from another motherland, Sravya, Iman, Mariam, Madison, Nadine, Josh, Noora, Malaika, Sana, a lot of the people who are here and those who are not, for being so understanding and enthusiastic, as Ghungroo has turned into my only personality trait. I'm also so grateful for the Palestine Solidarity Committee for being my family on campus, and for giving me an example of what a warm community should feel like. And finally, if you know me, I suck at being senti, but I really do want to say that I'm so grateful to be sharing this stage with Harini and Sarah, two of my closest friends and some of the best people that I met at Harvard. Although we've spent a ton of time in the ag together, our friendship is truly headquartered in Foho Depot, and I'm so grateful for our hours of rants, gossips, and existential crises over Earl Grey tea and cereal. Thank you so much for inspiring me and for not getting sick of me every time I play ground one day when I'm on off. Finally, and most importantly, we want to thank the people who really, really made this show happen, and that is the Ghungroo community. Ghungroo's biggest flex is being the largest student-run production on campus. And it would be nothing without the 96-person tech team, G-Tech, and the 350-person Ghungroo cast members who have created the beautiful acts that you see on this stage. From weekend build nights to extra rehearsals and paint nights, this show is truly a product of everyone in it. And we want to thank everyone, from Ikra, our head of finance, who poured in so much compassion and love, to Brian Thindara, who came into the ag literally every single day to make this set what it is. Thank you so much to everyone. We're really, truly so grateful.
pajama show.
As में बहारा हुआ दिल पहली बार वे बहारा कि जान तो हुआ फरार वे नींद रहती है आजकल बस उसके ही ख्वाब के लिबास में जाने कब थमेंगे ये कदम ये तो उसके ही घर के पास में बहारा हुआ दिल पहली बार वे बहारा कि चैन तो हुआ फरार वे Caramel skin, body so thick, I can move around. जब